Hey guys, I got requested to do a video for upcoming young moms, some tips, and so yeah, I'm going to get started. My first tip is, once you go into labor, before you are admitted to the hospital, you should drink as much water as possible. Even if you're not thirsty then, you will be thirsty while you are in labor. I was crying for 3 hours, wanting a tall glass of ice water, and I could not have it because of the chance of emergency C-section. You cannot have water in your stomach. They do give you ice chips, but not enough to quench that thirst, so I would highly recommend drinking as much water as possible. Another tip that I have is, once your baby is born, to do as much kangaroo care, I think it's called, that you can, which that is skin-to-skin bonding with your child. That is the most amazing time to bond with your child. Yes, you might want to hand it off to the father or to your mother or to your father or to a sibling or to a friend, but I kangaroo cared for 2 hours until I handed off my child to anyone to see or hold. I really recommend that because it's really amazing. And yes, I did get pooped on, but it was totally worth it. My next tip would be to get an epidural. An epidural, which if you don't, all for you. But that epidural took away 99.2% of my pain. It helped me a lot. I didn't even feel him coming out. I was 10 centimeters for 3 hours because I could not feel the pressure or the urge to push or anything. So I really recommend epidural if you do not like pain. My next tip would be, let's see, to swaddle your child while they are napping, anytime they're sleeping. It really makes them feel protected and safe and warm, and it helps to get some things done, because a lot of times newborns, if you're holding them and they fall asleep and then you go to put them down, they will wake up, but if they're swaddled, normally they won't. And you can either swaddle them with a blanket or you can buy swaddle me's, which are really nice too. My next tip is which a lot of people want to sleep with their child, which I will admit I did for 3 months. But I would recommend right away putting them in either their bassinet, their playpen, their crib, whatever you plan on them sleeping on, because it's harder to wean them into the crib as they get older. My son's favorite place to this day is to sleep in his swing, and I have to transfer him to his crib. Last night was the first time he's ever fell asleep in his crib on his own with me singing to him. And he is almost 8 months old. So that is very difficult, especially because this swing only goes up to 20 pounds, and he is past 20 pounds. So the only time I have to watch him like a hawk in the swing because he's already outgrown it. My next tip would be to not spend lots of money on newborn clothes. My child was in newborn clothes for 2 weeks total, and I spent over $300 on newborn clothes. I had 5 drawers filled with newborn clothes, and he didn't even wear every outfit. He did not, and it's very big waste of money. If you can get them from people for free, hey, that's a plus. But I would not spend a dime other than the hospital outfit that they're coming home in on newborn clothing. Unless, hey, if you have a preemie and a really small child, then I guess that would be different. But if you have an average sized child, they will most likely outgrow that newborn clothing fast. Another thing I recommend is going to baby consignment shops. I have about 3 by my house, and what I do is I take Cooper's old clothing, old toys, anything of his that he does not use no longer, and I take it to them, and then they give you a credit, and they keep it on file, and then you can go back and buy him bigger clothing, bigger toys, all those things. So pretty much you're constantly never having to pay for clothing or toys. That way it really saves money. Another thing that I would recommend is, let's see. Let's see. What else do I recommend? I recommend a lot of things, but I didn't really plan for this video. Oh, once you have your child, you're going to want to hold them, you're going to want to play with them, you know, all that. When someone comes to visit you in the hospital or whoever's there, and if they want to hold your child, let them. Get that time to relax and sleep, because I went 3.5 days without sleeping because all I wanted to do was hold my baby, stare at my baby, you know, and which is awesome, but 3.5 days of sleep was really rough on me. I started having seizures and hearing things, and it was really bad, and it wasn't safe for my child. So when you need your sleep, don't fight it. You need to ask someone or put your child to sleep, and when you're which is another thing, when your child sleeps, you need to sleep. Trust me, you need to sleep. Luckily, newborns sleep quite a bit, but when your child's sleeping, you sleep. I think that's it on tips. I may do another one if I think of some more tips, but for right now I cannot think of any more, so I hope you liked my video.